People of YouTube, this light is too bright. So we're going to make it not so bright with a dimmer switch. Alright, so here's the cheap dimmer switch that I got from Amazon. AA Smart Triac LED dimmer switch. This thing was less than 20 bucks on Amazon, which is kind of crazy because if you walk into Home Depot or Lowe's and you try to get a dimmer switch, it's going to be probably 50 or 60 bucks. And the dimmer switch might not even come with a faceplate. And this one comes with everything you need, so little electrical nuts there. Screws. Let's get to the meat of this here. Alright, so here's the faceplate. Nice little faceplate. Comes with customer service information. Wow, that's kind of cool. And then here's the actual dimmer switch. Looks like a knockoff Lutron dimmer switch, but you know what? The internals are actually pretty good here. So it's got the key gumma or whatever, however you want to pronounce that. So these internals are supposed to be fairly decent. So we're going to go ahead and install this and see how well it works. Makes me feel good. It passed QA. We'll see. Hopefully I don't burn the house down. Guys, before you ever do any electrical work in your house, make sure to turn off the power at the breaker. Do not ever attempt to do electrical work without turning the power off at the breaker. I'll say it one more time. Do not do any electrical work without turning off the power at the breaker. Critically important, so you don't fry yourself. Alright? Promise me you're going to do that before you do any electrical work in your house. Turn the power off at the breaker. Verify that the power is turned off at the breaker. Got it? Good. Alright, so here's the switch we're going to replace. So we're going to take this faceplate off here, and then we're going to replace this left switch here with the new dimmer switch. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, so now I've got the faceplate off, and now I'm just going to go ahead and remove this screw and this screw down here below, and then take the this switch out. Alright, so I've got the switch pulled out of the wall here, and you can see there are just two black cables, so that's fine. We're going to go ahead and hook up the dimmer switch, so we're going to pull this off. Remember, I've got the power turned off at the breaker box, and then we're going to go ahead and install this. So the green's going to be the ground, so that green goes to this ground right here, and then we've got two red here. So the one with the label here, that's for a three-way installation. I'm not doing a three-way installation, I'm just doing a single pole installation. So I'm going to use this red cable here and then this black cable. So I'll connect this red cable to one of these black cables here, and then I'll attach this other, and I'll use those little those twist-on little electrical nuts, those wire nuts. So then I'll use this black cable here. That black cable will connect to one of these other black cables here. So really simple, and we should have this up and running in no time. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the first wire nut on here, and the way this works is you just bring these two cables together, and then you put this on over the top of it, and then you screw this. You just turn this, and it'll grab the two wires and pull it in there, and then basically connect the two of them together. So I'm going to go ahead and do this other black cable and the ground, and then we should be able to test it and see if it's working. Really simple to do. Alright, so I've got all the cables hooked up now. Everything's hooked up, pushed all back in there. Remember, this extra red cable, you don't connect it to anything. The only time you connect that is if you're doing a three-way installation. So that means when you have two different switches that are controlling the same light fixture. In this case, this is just single pole. I only have the one switch controlling the light fixture. So the one problem I'm running into now is that the dimmer switch has these extra metal tabs on the side here, and so that's getting in the way here with the other switch to the right. So I'm going to go ahead and use some tin snips and cut off that extra metal that's there. And you can see it's designed for that because there's a little ridge in here. I may even be able to bend it off with just my hand, so I may try that first and then get this installed. Alright guys, I ended up just using a pair of pliers and just bent those tabs off. So hopefully now I should have enough room. Yeah, there we go. So now I've got enough room to get this all in here next to this other switch here. I may take the other tabs on the other side off also. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Alright, I'll be back. Alright guys, I've got the dimmer switched installed. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the power back on to the breaker, and then we'll run upstairs and do some testing. We'll see if this thing works. Alright, there's the power back on. Alright, let's run upstairs. Alright guys, so here's the dimmer switch installed. Faceplate is back on. I've got the power turned back on, and here's the little slider. And as you can see, the light behind me is going back to full power, and then I can dim it all the way down. So here, let me turn around and show you what this looks like. There's the light fixture. And there you go. Dimmed all the way down. And full power. And I've got a mixture of bulbs in here, so I've got 2 LED bulbs on the back side. You can kind of see them. So there's 2 LEDs on the back side, and then the rest of them are incandescent. And it seems to be working fine. So cool. Cheap Amazon dimmer switch for the win. Thanks for looking, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye. Hey guys, I just wanted to wrap up the video by showing you the installation instructions that came with this dimmer switch. So here's what I was talking about earlier, where there's a single pole instructions and then the 3-way wiring. So you can see here where I only used the black, one of the reds, and then the green. Whereas if you do a 3-way, which means you have 2 different switches controlling the same light fixture, you're going to use both of the reds. So actually, for a switch that came from China, it had pretty decent instructions. I thought they were pretty good. And you can use it with 150 watts for dimmable LED and CFL, or 600 watts of incandescent bulbs. Pretty cool. I'll put a link down below to where you can get this on Amazon. So far it's been working perfectly, and I'm impressed with it. And saves a bit. It's less than half the price. Probably almost a quarter of the price of some of the really expensive dimmer switches at Home Depot or Lowe's. Thanks for looking. Bye.